And I am Rhonda Bonner. Let's get started. MSU Denver returned to mostly in-person classes, but how do students feel about the new rules in order to keep us afloat during this pandemic? Jade Valenzuela has the story.
My name is Rhonda Bonner. I'm with JMP today, and the reason why I'm down here at George Washington High School is because students are very upset because of how sexual harassment has risen within the school system. Denver Public Schools and End Violence Project have teamed up together to create a consent culture education. The innovation of drone journalism is leading to a new frontier of how news is recorded. I took time to interview Kip Watkins, a professor who teaches drone journalism here at MSU Denver, and here's what he had to say. I am sitting at a fitness center, but this is kind of cool because Lakewood, Colorado actually has different fitness centers throughout the parks, and it's very important, especially at this time of year when people just want to work off that turkey.
You might have seen a peculiar shaped building being built at the intersection of Interstate 25, West Colfax Avenue and Auraria Parkway. That is the long-anticipated Meow Wolf installation that has just opened this September. Diana Galindo has more details.
The class is really all about helping students get their commercial drone pilot's license and getting them ready to take this FAA exam.
So when you're flying a drone, how high in the air can you actually go? I mean, you do have to avoid planes.
Right. So the FAA rule for Part 107, and that's the part that controls commercial drone pilots, it is 400 feet above ground level is the max.
So, do you think that an investment in a drone would be a good thing for somebody involved in any kind of broadcast or media production?
Oh goodness, yes. And it'll make you more employable if you have that license.
So in the class, I know that you're preparing them to take this test to get their license. Can you tell me a little bit about that, such as how much it costs?
It costs about $150. You have to take it at an FAA-approved testing center. If you're not studying for it, the chances of you passing it are zero, basically, because you have to know things like aeronautical charts and weather theory and all of the FAA regs. The problem with drones is that they're so much fun that they can be addictive.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope that we can meet again and enjoy some drones.
You're welcome.
I think consent means that both people who are in this situation or experiencing something feel respected and feel heard and don't feel pressured to be doing something that they don't feel comfortable with.
I think consent means trust and trust in yourself and the person you're with and being comfortable in that trust together.
Something that's misconstrued within society today is that a lack of no means yes, which is kind of problematic in the sense that people don't really understand when people are okay with something.
Even in general, when you first meet somebody, like, where are your boundaries with this certain topic? Or where are your boundaries with this certain thing?
End Violence Project.
Project PAVE.
Consent is essential.
Consent is essential.
Starbucks, America's favorite cup of joe, has dominated the coffee industry since the early 2000s. They provide an all-inclusive work atmosphere, environmentally sustainable materials, and even work experience for students on college campuses. Jay Gardner, hospitality and leadership major, MSU Denver, tells us about how having a location on campus has greatly benefited students here in Denver, Colorado.
I've been looking forward to the restaurant industry for quite a while. It is something that's been a passion of mine since I was a child. Many of us, we still have classes here, and so it's a great way for us to go from work to school in such a short time.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can we get for you today?
So I am a Starbucks barista. That is a position where we craft caffeinated or non-caffeinated beverages, as well as craft up some breakfast items, pastries, sandwiches, wraps, packaged foods, fruits, chips, and so on and so forth. It helps me connect with customers, and it has also helped me learn more about the restaurant industry, and just being able to provide guest satisfaction, because that is essentially what a job like this is about, is guest satisfaction. You know, being able to fill a customer's day with something that they would like, you know, lattes, coffees, and frappuccinos, you know, the usual good stuff. Someone like me, I like being creative, but more importantly, I love being able to connect with customers and make customers happy.
Behind every cup of coffee is a smile, and that is what drives students and future hospitality leaders to this campus Starbucks. If you haven't already had an espresso in the city, this location will surely have you hooked.
My name is Dr. Ale Garcia. I'm the Assistant Dean for the Center for Equity and Student Achievement, and I'm also the Director of TRIO Student Support Services at Metropolitan State University of Denver. So the TRIO programs were started in the 60s, and it was signed by LBJ into law, into Congress. And basically it was that TRIO programs are gonna help, and there was a whole bunch of things happening, if you all remember, in the 60s about really transforming and making education more accessible. And so TRIO programs became part of that agenda. A lot of folks asked, like, what does TRIO stand for? And TRIO doesn't really stand for anything, but what happened was the first program that was actually started was TRIO Upward Bound. And so Upward Bound was this high school program that works with high school students to get them prepared for college. A year later, I believe they started Talent Search after that. And Talent Search is a middle school, high school program which does similar advising. And then the third program was Student Services, which is TRIO SSS. And so that was the trio of programs, 1, 2, 3.
Stay tuned for some fun facts and how to achieve lucid dreaming if you are interested, which Grant and I will discuss at the end. Lucid dreams appear to have a vivid, lifelike reality to you about the typical sleep cycles. There are 5 stages in which the normal person goes through. However, one cycle usually consists of 5 to 6 times in one night. The first and second cycle usually happens within minutes. It is the, I like to say, nodding off stage. Your brain produces waves called alpha and theta. When your eyes slow down, you start to fall asleep.
Thank you, and see you next time.